Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Oregon Panthers boys basketball. My name is Zach Seeloff. Thanks so much for joining us here on OCA Media's broadcast. You can find us online at ocamedia.com. We are throughout Dane County on TDS Channel 1020 and on Charter Cable Systems, Channel 984. Tonight, it's going to be the Stoughton Vikings coming to town to play the Oregon Panthers in boys basketball, a Badger South Conference battle. The Vikings are 7-2 overall, 3-1 in the Badger South. Panthers 3-4 overall, 1-3 in the Badger South. Looking to improve that tonight against a talented Vikings team. Before we get started, let me say a few thanks to our generous sponsors that make programming like this possible. They include the Oregon School District, actively building competence, character, culture, and community. Oregon Community Bank, feel good banking. Oregon Youth Basketball Boosters, providing area youth with instructional and competitive basketball opportunities. Stoughton Hospital and Oregon Urgent Care, trusted care close to home. The Oregon Athletic Booster Club. Please consider being a part of your athlete's success and become a booster today. Check out OregonBoosters.com for details. They provided the equipment that allows us to place a score overlay on today's broadcast. Torhorst Insurance, your hometown insurance agency that's doing big things. The Oregon Chamber of Commerce, promoting, informing, connecting, and advocating for local businesses and the Oregon community. Sonny's Kitchen, serving great coffee, delicious home-cooked meals, and award-winning desserts, located in the heart of Oregon. Oregon Tax and Accounting, serving the Oregon community since 2001. See Jim for all your small business and personal tax services. Firefly Coffee House and Artisan Cheese, in the heart of downtown Oregon, offering fresh bakery, daily lunch specials, soups and salads, along with hand-selected small batch Wisconsin cheese. TDS, get blazing fast TDS fiber internet in your home today. With speeds up to 1 gig, you can surf, stream, watch videos, or game online with ease. Say no to slow and hello to go with TDS fiber. And finally, Oregon Youth Basketball, providing opportunity for the youth of Oregon to develop their skills and enjoy the game of basketball by providing both recreational and competitive basketball opportunities. To recap the season for Oregon, started off with a pair of wins, beat Greenfield and Beaver Dam both at home. Then lost to the visiting Watertown Goslings in a tight one, 72-69, a tough Badger Conference loss there. Traveled to McFarland, lost by a bit bigger margin, 64-49. Then defeated Milton, 64-59. And now they're on a 2-game skid here. At Monroe, lost 79-51, and then home against Edgewood, lost 79-51. That was the last game we covered here on OCA. That was December 20th. Since then, the boys have been on a winter break, but they are back, and tonight they are playing the Stoughton Vikings. The Vikings themselves have enjoyed substantial success, started off the season with 5 straight wins to get things going, and that's a big reason why they're at 7-2 right now. As we look back on their record, defeated Lake Mills, McFarland, Sauk Prairie, Milton, and Edgewood all to start the season. Then went loss, win, loss, win. Lost to Monroe, beat Watertown, lost to Chippewa Falls, and beat Middleton back on December 28th at Middleton, the Cardinal Holiday Showcase. So they played a bit later than Oregon did before we bumped up against the winter break. For the Panthers, their offense absolutely starts with Eric Victorson. He is their leading scorer by a substantial amount, 17.6 points per game. He's shooting 39.2% from the field, 82.4% from the free throw line, and 34.1% from behind the arc, 14 of 41 on free throws. He's got 123 points so far this season. Ryan Panzer, next up, the sophomore, turned into a big contributor this season. Saw a fair number of minutes off the bench last season as a freshman, and now this season as a sophomore, a consistent starter, 12 points per game. Brandon and Bryce Kearns both contributing. Adam Yates, the big man, was 7.7 points a game. Let's head down now to PA announcer Jim Vogt, and we will get to the starting lineups.
For tonight's WIAA Badger South Conference boys varsity basketball game between the Stoughton Vikings and your Oregon Panthers. Stoughton High School, Oregon High School, and the WIAA require good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators at education-based interscholastic events. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or ethnic comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. On behalf of Oregon Athletics Administrator Mike Carr, good luck to all coaches and competitors. We hope everyone will enjoy tonight's event in the spirit of positive sportsmanship. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, to honor America, would you please rise, remove your hats, and join in singing our national anthem. And now here are tonight's starting lineups for the Stoughton Vikings. Starting at guard, a 5'10 senior, number 0, Nathan Hutcherson. At guard, a 6'2 junior, number 2, Cale McGee. Starting at guard, a 6'4 senior, number 5, Adam Hobson. At forward, a 6'6 junior, number 10, Reese Sproul. And starting at forward, a 6'6 sophomore, number 24, Barrett Nelson. The Vikings are coached by Nolan Weber. And now for your Oregon Panthers! Starting at forward, a 6'3 senior, number 4, Matt Kissling. At guard, a 6-foot junior, number 5, Van Stats. Starting at guard, a 6'1 sophomore, number 10, Ryan Panzer. At guard, a 6'3 junior, number 22, Ryan McCorkle. And starting at forward, a 6'5 senior, number 44, Adam Yates. Your Panthers are coached by Chris Siebert. Ladies and gentlemen, tell your friends at home to tune in now to Charter Cable Channel 984 or TDS Cable Channel 1020 or go to YouTube. The Oregon Boosters are proud sponsors of the OCA Media live streams of Oregon Panther athletics. Thank you.
Big thanks as always to PA announcer Jim Vogt, does a great job, and thanks to giving us a shout out here at OCA Media, and we are ready to go. The initial tip-off is won by the Panthers, and they will have the first possession 18 minutes per half here in the high school boys game as Ryan Panzer brings it up to start things off. Yates at the top of the key for Oregon. In the middle, finds Panzer, a little pop shot from a couple feet out, and the Panthers strike first, score on their first trip down, and it's 2-0 Oregon with 17:38 to play. Hutcherson moves it across to McGee for the Vikings. Vikings in their traveling purple shirts and jerseys with white numerals. Panthers in their home whites, white shirts and jerseys with orange numerals. Big student section tonight Everyone enjoying a Saturday, cheering on their team. Big visiting section from Stoughton as well. Trying to hop through the lane, a little jumper, and Cale McGee is able to strike back for Stoughton. Ties the game at 2 early on here with 17:07 to go as Ryan Panzer brings it across. Yates, definitely the big on this team, but they use him at the top too in a kind of swing offensive style. Try and get it to him down low, but nothing there. He'll look to push his way into the lane, use that physicality, but his shot is blocked, and Hutcherson grabs the loose ball, moves it over. McGee on the reverse, hard off the glass for the score. Cale McGee's got 2 baskets, and it's 4-2 Stoughton. A nice little reverse layup from McGee. Underneath, wide open to Ryan McCorkle. A great little slash move and a pass from Adam Yates finds McCorkle free underneath. The Panthers tied back up at 4. Aggressive interior pass, almost an alley-oop towards McGee as he tried to grab that one. Stuffed it up against the bottom of the rim, and the Panthers grabbed the defensive board. Just over 16 minutes to go here in this first half. Tied at 4, interior pass. Nice little turnaround move, and what a slot. Oh boy, Matt Kisling getting that right hand extending and makes it 6-4 Oregon as they recapture the lead. Top of the key for Adam Hobson. He'll take the dribble and then move it over to Hutcherson. Hutcherson wants to go interior, nothing there. And now we get a whistle for a travel. Cale McGee commits the infraction. The Panthers get the ball. Adam Yates will send it inbound from the sideline. You can see Coach Chris Siebert there in the blue blazer. His second season with Oregon. Looking to build this boys program. Panzer directing traffic, finds Yates again. They try for a little pick and roll, but nothing doing. Yates at the top, finds a little open space, bangs forward, and they're going to call the foul against Stoughton. The Stoughton fans unhappy, but guilty of that foul is number 24, Barrett Nelson. First foul of the game, and the Panthers will inbound from the baseline. McCorkle sends it all the way up to Matt Kisling. Swings it around to Stats. Stats, first time laying hands on the ball this evening. 15:05 to go in this game, or excuse me, in this first half. The Panthers lead 6-4 as Panzer taking his time. Now moves it over to Yates. Panthers, oh, if you find a way through, Yates catches the seam in the zone and gets the score. Adam Yates, I don't know if he and Panzer set that up intentionally or just fortuitous, but Yates finds the look in that zone defense, able to dribble all the way. What a job by McCorkle on the sideline. Ryan McCorkle with a killer save on the loose ball. Panthers get another possession, already up 8-4. Stats now up high, over to Kisling. Panthers alive early in this game. Active, physical, moving around with the passing. Looking very sharp against a Stoughton Vikings team that, on paper at least, has had a little more success this season. And they're going to get Yates for the charge on that one. Tried to drive in, kind of lost the handle on the ball. Ended up putting his shoulder down, and he gets called for the charge. So both teams with 1 foul each now. 14-13 to play in this first half. It'll be Stoughton to inbound. Newly into the game, Luke Fernholtz sends it in to Nathan Hutcherson. Stoughton looking to find what they can here. Panthers doing a nice job on defense so far, keeping them away from those dangerous areas. Long three-pointers, no good, tapped out, but Stats has got it for the Panthers. Dribbles away from danger, and he'll set up the Oregon offense. Yates with the bright orange sneakers, trying to do a step fake. His defender not biting, that's Reese Sproul. They kick it out to Kisling. 2 Panthers subs getting ready to come in, get them at the next stoppage. So a crossover from Panzer sends it back to Yates with 13:24 to play. Panthers leading 8-4, looking good in the early going. Find McCorkle on the slash, And he is called for the charge as well. 2 charging calls against the Panthers in this game to account for their 2 fouls. And so Yates and Kisling will head to the bench. Coming in, Brandon Kearns and Bryce Kearns. I will do my best not to refer to them as just Kearns, but you can catch me on that, I'm sure. Twin brothers, sophomores, playing here for the Panthers. McGee in the corner now for Stoughton with 13:06 to go. Cross pass is too tall, but Hutcherson backing him up, makes the grab. McGee trying to drive in, leans in, and blocking is the foul. The Panthers called for 2 charges and then a block. That one goes against Bryce Kearns. Panthers with 3 fouls now. That's going to be a 2-shot foul. I'm surprised they give him the shot on that foul. But it'll be 2 shots for Cale McGee, who's already got the Vikings 4 points, and make it 5 as he hits the front end. Student section entirely on their feet for this game. Second shot coming from McGee. Backspin, no good. Tip. Loose ball is grabbed by McCorkle. Panthers still with a 3-point lead, 8-5 here. Move it ahead to Brandon Kearns. Corner for Bryce Kearns now, and back to Panzer. Brandon Kearns from 3-point land, a little strong. Rebound, though, out of bounds off of Stoughton. Not quite able to cleanly grab it was Adam Hobson. Yates is going to come back in. He will replace Ryan McCorkle for the Panthers. And Oregon benefits from the out of bounds. They'll inbound it from the baseline here. Into Panzer on the outside, up to Stats at the top. Yates covering some ground, now a kick out pass. Kearns again for 3, and this time he's good from 3-point land. Brandon Kearns, and that's going to bring up a timeout from Stoughton. It's 11-5 Panthers with 12:11 to go here in this first half. And actually that timeout taken by Oregon, excuse me, that was one of their 30-second timeouts. Coach Siebert wants to seal up the advantage that Oregon has enjoyed early on here. They just look a little sharper than the Vikings. They're seeing lanes real well. Their passing is very effective. They're able to get after the loose balls. The kind of 50-50 balls seem to be going their way. Just playing excellent basketball in the first 6 minutes of this half. Oregon cheerleaders out here in force, supporting the team, getting the crowd into it. No pep band, unfortunately, tonight. But for all that, the Panthers still have the 6-point lead, 11-5. Stoughton will inbound. And it's Adam Hobson, the senior, that will bring things up. 6'4", as he kicks that one across to Luke Fernholz. Trying to push it, now they send this one out. Panthers with a little rejection there, but the ball sticks with Stoughton. A long 3-pointer is in and out. Loose ball tipped, and it's Ben Stats that eventually comes up with it. The Panthers will slow things down. Good defensive trip, forced a bad shot, got the rebound. Stats now needs help as he had to pick up that dribble. Sends it over to Panzer. Panzer double teamed at the top. Stoughton adjusting here to this Panther kind of high altitude offense. Now it's Panzer that sends it in. Gets it to Yates, and Yates gets the score and one. Adam Yates, his second field goal of the night. He'll get a free throw to add on to it. It's 13-5 Oregon, pending the extra. Yates for the 3-point play, too strong, and the loose ball is grabbed by Stoughton, but now we get a whistle. And that one's going right back to Oregon. On the out of bounds, the Panthers benefit, and It just seems like everything is going their way early in this game. They've built an 8-point lead, trying to go for more here as Ben Stats takes the inbound pass. Double teamed at the top once more, finds Panzer, slashing through the lane, step back and gives it to Stats. Stoughton aggressive up top now, not letting these guards set things up as they had done earlier in the game, trying to put some pressure on. Panzer finds Stats and back. Now there's Stats wide open for three. Too strong, but the rebound goes to Brandon Kearns, and the putback is good. Kearns' 5th point of the night. The Panthers have 15, up by 10 here with 10.5 minutes to go in the first half. Cross-court pass is knocked away, and they go the lead pass. Bryce Kearns, the lay-in is good. Panthers firing on all cylinders today. And that's going to bring us Stoughton timeout. And not a moment too soon for the Vikings. They are really struggling against an Oregon Panthers team that just can do no wrong here in the first half of this first half. Folks, I mentioned them at the top, but please let our sponsors know that you appreciate their support of OCA Media Sports broadcast of Panther Athletics. When you head by their businesses, tell them OCA Media sent you. If you would like to join our fine group of sponsors and support OCA Media Sports, please drop us a note at ocamedia.com. We would love to have you as a sponsor. You can also like us on Facebook. You can check us on YouTube for all of our back catalog of broadcasts. We're also on TDS and Charter Cable now on HD on TDS channels throughout Dane County. You don't have to live in the Oregon area, channels 1019 and 1020. And finally, we are always looking for volunteers to help us record events here in Oregon. We broadcast over 275 local events each year. Not just sports, we also do parades, community meetings, school boards, concerts, you name it. If it's happening in Oregon, we will cover it. We will give you all the training you need. Give us a call, drop us a line at ocamedia.com. We'd be happy to bring you on board. Well, after the Stoughton timeout, the Panthers have built an early 12-point lead here. Still 10:27 to go in the first half as the Vikings bring it up and try and find some kind of rhythm on offense. Hobson, their leading scorer, at the top of the key. Dribbles in, takes a hop step from 6 feet out. The roll is no good. The tip, though, works its way to Stoughton. And we're going to get a foul going against Oregon here. I am surprised that one didn't go as a jump ball before the foul was called, but as it is, Bryce Kearns whistled for the foul. So Bryce now with 2 fouls, and he will come out. Ryan McCorkle comes in. Panthers with 4 team fouls thus far, only 2 against the Vikings in this first half. Hobson from 3. He's got it. And that's why he's their leading scorer. Made that one look easy. Gets his team back within 9. It's 17-8 Panthers. Stats at the top, nothing there. Goes to McCorkle. Quickly double teamed. Panthers getting that swing, getting the Vikings moving. Now they find Kearns. Back to Panzer. Stats over to McCorkle again. Nice job by the Vikings. They have really adjusted their defensive posture, and you can tell it's throwing a monkey wrench into the Oregon strategy here. Panthers trying to get them out of position with some quick passes all the way around the court. McCorkle tries baseline, nothing there. They go for the alley-oop, and it's just strong from Brandon Kearns. Now we have seen both teams attempt an alley-oop, not seen often at the high school level, and the Panthers are going to be called for a shot foul here. Ben Stats, I believe, guilty of that one. That is the signal, so it'll send Hobson to the line to shoot 2. Hobson, a .500 free throw shooter. Makes that first one, although WisSports.net lists him as only having 6 free throws on the season up till now. I find that very difficult to believe. But at any rate, a talented player, a talented shooter. Gets the first half. He's got a second shot coming. That is also good. Vikings 3 of 4 from the line tonight. 17-10 Panthers now. What a job by Ben Stats, and that is just what I'm talking about. The physical effort plays by these Panthers have been out of this world. They have not given up on a single ball, and they are winning 90% of those fights. Brandon Kearns, 4-3, he's got it. His second three-pointer of the night. Panthers back up 10 as the student section gets on their feet. Tipped away, and Stats has got it, and whistled for the foul is going to be number 20, Owen Chase of the Stoughton Vikings. I don't think I have seen a better Panthers start than this one. This is phenomenal basketball from this Oregon team. And great patience as well. As Stoughton made the defensive adjustment, the Panthers have sort of felt it out, tried to find what will work for them, stuck with their system, and they continue to have tremendous success so far against the Stoughton Vikings. Stats, kick out. Brandon Kearns going for three, but we have a foul the other way. They get Stats for the charge. 3 charging fouls against Oregon already in this half, and they've got 16 fouls. So Stoughton will be shooting from now on. The Panthers, those 3 charging fouls looming large. But still, it's a 10-point lead for Oregon as the Vikings' Nathan Hutchison brings it forward. Hobson, shot fake, drives in, trying to go baseline. It's stripped out, and that is going to go for the Panthers. Ryan McCorkle gets a hand on the ball, but swats it off the shin of Adam Hobson. Panthers get the turnover. Bryce Kearns will replace McCorkle after a great steal from McCorkle. And Ryan Panzer brings it up for the Panthers in a commanding lead, up 20-10 as we get inside of 8 minutes to play in this first half. Kearns at the top, don't usually see him there, and he looks to piss this one off to Matt Kisling. Kisling on the kick out for for Aiden Look. Nolan, his older brother, who has since graduated. Panzer up high, crossover dribble, now to Brandon Kearns. Kisling on the outside. Bryce Kearns working towards the middle, nearly loses it. And we are going to get the foul against Stoughton as Kearns went to the floor. Guilty of that foul was Owen Chase. So that is the 4th team foul for the Stoughton Vikings. And they will sub in Reese Sproul in favor of Owen Chase, who has accumulated 2 fouls already. Bryce Kearns inbounds it right to Kisling. Works his way around the arc. Brandon back to his brother Bryce. Gives it off to Look. 7 minutes to go in this game. Kickball against Stoughton, and so the Panthers will hang on to it. Look kind of trapped at the top, and this 2-man zone that Stoughton is playing, where they put 2 guys up high and just aggressively move on the point guard, has been effective in slowing the Panthers down, if nothing else. And Panthers are still getting scores on trips down the floor here, but they are much, much slower in the attack than they had been. Kisling on the outside. Had to pick up the dribble. Now he finds a slashing Panzer, goes to the hole, and he's called for the travel. Oh boy, a nice move by Panzer, but I think that's the right call. Took 1 too many steps, and the referees got him for the travel. So McCorkle comes right back in for Bryce Kearns. And with 6:33 to go, it's still Panthers 20, Stoughton 10 here in Oregon. Hutcherson at the top. Now Cale McGee. Hutcherson quickly double teamed, and the Panthers starting to sort of cycle double team. McGee goes to the hole, and he is fouled. He will shoot 2. Panthers unhappy with that call, thought they got the ball, but Kearns is whistled, and that will be 2 shots for Cale McGee. 1 of 2 tonight from the line. First shot is good. Stats and Yates come in, Look and Kisling take a seat. 6:11 to go, 1 more free throw coming from Cale McGee. That shot also good. McGee 3 of 4, Vikings 5 of 6 from the line tonight. Panthers 0 for 1, only had 1 opportunity on an and 1 play. They find Brandon Kearns, he goes to the hoop on the cherry pick. Brandon Kearns with an even 10, he makes it 22-12 Panthers, their lead also 10. It's the difference in this game in that sense. As Hobson flips a little light one in, finds McGee for 3-pointer, and he's got it. McGee hits his first 3-pointer of the night. He's also got 10, along with Brandon Kearns as the Panthers move it forward. Find Ryan Panzer across the logo. Wide open, McCorkle goes baseline to the Hool and a score. Strong physical play from Ryan McCorkle. He's fired up. The Panthers are fired up. They're up 24-15 against the Vikings. 5:18 to go as McGee picks up the dribble and sends to Hutcherson. Again, pop it inside. Outside 3-pointer from Hobson. Short off the front of the rim and grabbed by Brandon Kearns. Coach Siebert directing traffic, wanting to get a particular play set up. Panzer moves it up to Yates at the top of the arc. Finds a slashing McCorkle. He is fouled and he scores. Ryan McCorkle is the underneath man tonight. Extremely effective down in the baseline. He gets an and 1 opportunity. The Panthers up 11 and a chance to go up 12. McCorkle is good from the free throw line. With 4:48 to go in this first half, the Panthers have rebuilt their 12-point lead. They were up 17-5 at one point. They are now up 27-15. Inside pass to Reese Sproul. Hobson to McGee. McGee to the hole, and he gets it up there. McGee nearly dunked that one. Nice big jump from the 6'2" junior. Makes the lead 10 once more. Adam Yates with it for the Panthers. Now here's Ryan McCorkle. McCorkle loses that ball in traffic, but it bangs off of Reese Sproul of Stoughton. And so Oregon will retain possession. And folks, Eric Victorson at the end of the bench. He is here tonight, but wearing his warm-ups, not dressed for this game. Don't know if he's out with injury. I wasn't able to talk to Coach Siebert before the game, but the Panthers have done great on offense despite missing their leading scorer. They're up 27-17 inside of 4 minutes to play in this first half. Fernholtz moves it across. The shot from Hobson is no good, and Yates with the rebound. If there's one thing you can count on Adam Yates for, it is rebounds. He's a big man out there, and he makes an easy sky to get that one. As Panzer brings it ahead. Hand off to Stats and across to Yates. The 2 subs getting ready to come in for Stoughton as Yates ball handles at the top. Gives it over to Panzer. Brandon Kearns, kick out towards McCorkle. McCorkle shot is blocked. A nice block by Fernholtz. He gets the loose ball as well. To the outside, the pass is blocked by Ben Stats. They would have had Hobson wide open in the corner for a 3. Great job by Stats to knock that ball away. 3 minutes and 2 seconds to play here in this first half. Panthers up 27-17. Double team from the Panthers. Almost crosses him up, but Stoughton able to get free. Gale McGee resetting things for the Vikings. Hutcherson double teamed at the top. Now he elects to go up from 3-point land. It's no good. The loose ball is taken by Stoughton. Turnaround from Fernholtz is good. Luke Fernholtz gets his first score of the night. A little sky hook from underneath. Cuts the Panthers lead to 8. Stoughton fans starting to get excited here. McCorkle now, handoff towards Panzer. Brandon Kearns tries to go inside, nothing there, and gets it to Ben Stats. Adam Yates with just over 2 minutes to play in the half. Yates finds that seam again. There's McCorkle underneath. His shot no good. The ball still loose, and Hutcherson comes up with it in the confusion. Inside of 2 minutes to play now. McGee controlling with Panzer providing the defense and goes to Hutcherson. Hutcherson from 6 feet out, a turnaround jumper. Excuse me, I said Hutcherson, that was McGee. What a play from him. Makes the lead 6. McCorkle to Yates. The Stoughton fans really into this now, the parents especially. Not a small Stoughton student section here as well, as Ben Stats is fouled. That is only the 5th team foul against Stoughton, though. Knopf catches that one. Number 21, the junior for Stoughton. McCorkle heads down as Bryce Kearns comes in. Hobson checks back in favor of Connor Knopf. For these Vikings. Nice move. There's Panzer. Kick out to Stats. Thought about the 3, didn't want it. Brandon Kearns does, but it's too strong, and the rebound to Adam Hobson. Pushing in transition. Hobson trapped up from behind, nearly stolen by Bryce Kearns, but Hobson able to get it back. 48 seconds to play in the half. Now Hobson wants the 3-point look. It's short off the side of the rim, and here comes Panzer. He's got a 2-on-2. Moving across is Bryce Kearns. Panzer from 8 feet out, he's got it. The tank drops a bombshell there. It's 29-21 Panthers. McGee goes to the hole, spins it short off the rim. Loose ball is out of bounds. That one, though, last touch Brandon Kearns, and the Vikings will hold it. McCorkle checks back in. He will replace Bryce Kearns once more. Matt Kisling will replace Brandon Kearns. And Aiden Look, I believe, is going to replace Ryan Panzer, and indeed he does. Eric Victorson active, excited on the sideline, trying to psych his teammates up. Can't be on the floor, but he's helping him from the bench tonight. 24 seconds to go. Vikings move it to McGee at the top. Hobson for 3. Nothing but net. Adam Hobson, deadly from behind the arc. He's got 2 today. Cuts this lead to 5 with just 10 seconds to go. Aiden Look moving his way across the timeline. Yates gives back to him. 4 seconds to play. Here's Stats. 2 seconds to go. Stats to the lane. In and out. Got the shot off in time, but could not get it to fall. So the Panthers led twice by 12. But they will go into the half up only 5. It's 29-24 against the visiting Stoughton Vikings. And I think there's a way to read this where you're kind of unhappy with that, where you're like, boy, we had a 12-point lead at 2 different points in this game. You know, now that we're let them call it back in, they're only up 5, but the Vikings here, 7-2 overall, 3-1 in the Badger South. The Panthers 3-4 overall, 1-3 in the Badger South. And they're not just hanging with this Badger South opponent. They are beating them up 29-24 here. They have played a very good game. Give the Vikings credit. They really, in the second half of that first half, which I know is a confusing phrasing, but in the back 9 minutes there, really adjusted, really turned their defense around in a way that started to frustrate the Panthers' kind of aggressive, up-tempo attack. The Panthers kept getting points, and they hung with their system. It kept working for them, but it was much slower. They weren't able to keep pushing as they were early in that first half. As we look at the stats, Matt Kisling with 2 points, Ryan Panzer with 4, Adam Yates also with 4, Brandon Kearns with 10, Ryan McCorkle with 7, and Bryce Kearns contributed another 2 for the Vikings. Let's add up Cale McGee's total here. 14 points for Cale McGee, 8 for Adam Hobson, 2 for Luke Fernholtz. So only 3 players scoring for the Vikings, 6 players getting on the score sheet for the Panthers. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back with the second half of this game. It's Panthers 29, Vikings 24. Stay tuned to OCA Media. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for joining us on OCA Media's broadcast of Oregon Panthers boys basketball. My name is Zach Seeloff, and thanks for being here with us tonight. The Panthers lead 29-24. As we head into the second half, Stoughton will start with the ball. And as I mentioned at the top, I wasn't able to speak with Coach Chris Siebert before this game. Eric Victorson is out. He is not playing today. He is here, but he's just wearing his warm-ups, not dressed to play. And I don't know why that is, but either way, the Panthers, despite not having their leading scorer, have a 5-point lead on the number 2 team in the Badger South, that being the Stoughton Vikings. But we have a heck of a game going here. Big crowd from both teams, big student section, both for the Panthers and for the Vikings, and a big parents section for both teams as well. A lot of purple, a lot of orange in the stands as I look across the way. And the Vikings will get things started here. It'll be Reese Sproul to inbound it, as we have 18 minutes left to figure out who's going to go home the winner tonight. Hutcherson over to Hobson and McGee at the top. Long pass and nearly tipped away by McCorkle, but the Vikings able to hang on. Interior pass that time, tipped away, but Hutcherson comes up with it. McGee trying to go baseline. Good job by McCorkle to shut the door. Hobson, top of the key, turns around for the three-pointer, short off the front of the rim. An attempted put in, and they are going to get a foul on Stoughton. McGee came flying in there, nearly got the tip in, but wasn't able to seal it. He is then whistled for the foul, but that is only his first. Nobody with 3 fouls yet on either team. Panthers have Ben Stats and Bryce Kearns with 2. Owen Chase with 2 on the Vikings. 17:20 to go as Panzer moves it over to McCorkle. Panthers swinging it up at the top, and now it's Kisling. That push-up double team from Stoughton has really been hampering the Panthers' offense ever since they switched to it with about 10 minutes to go in the first half. Panzer at the corner. Panthers just not able to get anywhere with this. The Vikings really have completely disrupted them. Now the slash pass to McCorkle, but his reverse lay-in is too strong. In transition, McGee pops up from 6 feet out and gets the score. Cale McGee with 16 of the Vikings' 26 points now. As it cuts the lead to 3. Panthers up 29-26. Here's Ryan Panzer. McCorkle now on the far left side. Over to Yates. Finds a slashing McCorkle. What a job, excuse me, that was not McCorkle, that's Panzer. He gets the and one on an aggressive move from Ryan Panzer underneath. Makes it 31-26, and he's got a chance for the three-point play. Referee trying to get the net set up properly. Single shot coming up for Panzer. Uses every bit of the rim, but he makes it go. Panthers back up by 6. Fernholz, top of the key. Underneath towards McGee, ripped out by Adam Yates. A great steal for Adam Yates as he moves forward. Ryan Panzer with it now. Over to Yates. The Panthers take their time here. Panzer finds Yates. They wanted the give and go, but it wasn't there. From the free throw line, Panzer's jump shot no good. Cale McGee with the rebound. McGee just tries to work his way right through, and they give him an and one. I have to admit, I figured that would be a pre-shot foul, but they're going to give him the basket and the free throw. It's 32-28. The free throw coming for McGee. Brandon and Bryce Kearns come in. Kisling and McCorkle head to the bench. McGee to shoot one with 15:04 to play. And it is good. He is now 4 of 5 from the line. His team 7 of 8. Panthers 2 of 3 from the line. Not a whole lot of free throws thus far in this game. And it's a 3-point game as they move it over to Yates. Yates trying to follow along behind Panzer. Shot fake, and he'll kick it back to Stats. Bryce Kearns over to Panzer. Out to Stats and back to Yates. Plenty of step fakes here, but Panthers not able to get it in. Good pass by Panzer to avoid McGee, who was reading that passing lane. Bryce Kearns, a little turnaround move in the lane, loses the ball. And now in transition, they move it over to McGee. He goes right to the hole, and he gets called for the charge. Three Panthers collided with him, but he ends up getting the call for the charge. He is not too happy with that. Neither is Coach Nolan Weber, disbelieving the explanation from the referee. But as it is, the Panthers get the ball with 14:09 to go. They're up by 3. Panzer into Yates. Step back 3 from Ryan Panzer, short off the front of the rim. And they get Bryce Kearns for the foul against Reese Sproul on the attempted rebound. So Stoughton will inbound and bring it forward as Adam Hobson. Stats nearly gets a tip on that pass. They find Hobson. He's got a good look for a 3, and he hits it. Hobson's 3rd 3 of the night, and that is going to bring a timeout from Coach Chris Siebert as Hobson ties it up from behind the arc for the Vikings. It'll be a 30-second timeout for, a full timeout for the Panthers. And so we have gone from 29-24 to 32 all here in the first 4.5 minutes of this half. That defense of Stoughton has become very, very difficult for the Panthers to push through. At the same time, knocking down shots are the Vikings. Cale McGee's got 5. Adam Hobson's got 3. Ryan Panzer, the only scorer for the Panthers in this half. He's got 3 on an and 1. That's enough to bring us back to a tie game. So a brand new game coming out of this timeout, 13 minutes and 34 seconds. Both teams with a clean sheet to try and get a very important Badger South victory here. The basketball season, not a very long one. They don't play a ton of games. And so every single game, and in particular, every single conference game counts a great deal. Panthers would love to grab this one. They would improve to 4-4 overall, 2-3 in the Badger South. If Stoughton can hang on, they will move to 8-2 and 4-1 in the Badger South. Huge game for both of these teams as Ryan Panzer takes the inbound pass from Brandon Kearns and brings things forward. Panzer trying to move his teammates around, finds Stats. Here's Panzer again. Vikings adjust well on defense. Hand off to Panzer. Yates got a little open move as he turned around. There's Panzer. Thought about the 3 instead from inside, but it's no good. Vikings turn things around. Hobson, shot fake, and now a wide open look from 3 for Fernholz, in and out. Great rebound from Bryce Kearns. Game remains tied. Stats fakes the 3-point shot, now finds Yates. And out to Panzer. Panthers slow things down. Try and set up once again. 12:26 and counting. His Stats really taking his time here. Panthers, I think, just unsure of what to do to crack the tough nut that is the Stoughton defense. Stats underneath the Yates. To the baseline for Bryce Kearns. Pop shot, no good. Tip, no good. Rebound grab by Fernholz of the Vikings. Hobson dribbles right into a double team and sends it across to Knuff. Good shot fake from Knuff. A long 2, but it's no good, and Yates with the rebound. Oh, we have been dead even at 32 for the last 2 minutes of clock time. Either team able to get it to fall. Now Panzer at the top. Stats, a quick double team, back to Panzer. Kick out pass, Brandon Kearns, 4-3, air ball, out of bounds, and at last touch Bryce Kearns. So that will go to Stoughton. Brandon Kearns had 10 points in the first half, 2 3-pointers, but no points in this half. Only Panther to score so far is Ryan Panzer. Kisling and McCorkle come in. Yates and Bryce Kearns head to the bench. With 11:18 to play in this game, still even at 32. Hutchison up high. Hobson gets the 3-point look, and he's got it. The 4th 3-pointer from Adam Hobson tonight. Vikings take their first lead since it was, I believe, 6-4 in their favor. They're up 35-32 with 10:45 to go. McCorkle now in the corner. Nothing there, gives it to Stats. Three-point from Kearns, in and out, just couldn't get it to go. Brandon Kearns has been shooting very well tonight, but he's had 2 misses back-to-back here. The interior pass goes nowhere, but then they find Hobson. Hobson on the shot fake, tries to get it underneath, but the tip ball ends up with Ryan McCorkle. Brandon Kearns now coming up, moves his way all the way to the sideline. Adam Yates gets ready to come in at the next stoppage as the Panthers still trying to adjust on offense to this Stoughton defense. 9:36 to play. Vikings up 3. Brandon Kearns all the way across. Now back to McCorkle. McCorkle dribbles around, doesn't find anything. Panzer underneath, able to find Kisling, but he's forced to retreat. Kisling now to the hole. No shot, but a foul against Stoughton. Owen Chase whistled for that call. Cale McGee and Reese Sproul comes in as Owen and Nelson head to the bench. Owen Chase. And this Panthers to inbound after the foul. Matt Kisling will have it at the top. 9:10 to play. Panthers trail by 3. A much slower period in terms of scoring. Loose ball, and Yates able to grab it after it was poked out by Cale McGee. Panzer now up high. To McCorkle. Kisling all the way back by the timeline. Zone defense from Stoughton. Very, very effective here. Panzer, little spin move and kick out to Kisling. Panthers have eaten up about 50 seconds worth of clock on this trip down the floor. Panzer able to hang on to it, off the glass for the score, and finally the Panthers get a score. That sends the student section to their feet. McGee called for a charge on the other end. That's his 3rd foul, and the 5th team foul against Stoughton. So with 8:07 to go, and it sounds like that was actually his 4th foul, so I apologize, I missed one in there somewhere. McGee with 4 fouls has to head to the bench. By far their leading scorer. He's got 19 on the night, but with 8:04 to go, he takes a seat. Panthers trail by only 1 as they bring it forward. Yates' pass is tipped, and in transition, here comes Hobson. Hobson nowhere to go and has to send it back. Hutcherson pulls up from 3-point land, no good. Tip ball is grabbed by Fernholtz, who's able to put it in. Fernholtz extends the Vikings lead back to 3, 7:37 to play. Panzer gives off to Stats. Across to Yates now. Very disciplined zone defense from the Stoughton Vikings. McCorkle trying to move his way in, gives it off to Yates. An even 7 minutes to play. Panthers down 37-34. They led by as much as 12 in this game. Yates finally elects to move with it. Give Stoughton a lot of credit here. Playing a zone like this and not taking the temptation to go after the ball carrier is difficult. I think at the high school level in particular, they have been extremely disciplined though, ever since they switched into this defensive formation, and it has paid serious dividends. Panzer at the free throw line, triple teamed and fouled as he tries to get rid of that ball. That is the 6th team foul against Stoughton, so Oregon will be shooting from now on. It was Hutcherson's 1st of the game. Panthers now will head to the line for the rest of this game. 6:24 to go. 8-footer is good from Ryan Panzer, the only scorer in this half for the Panthers, but he's got 7. The Panthers trail by only 1. Fernholz. Cross to Hobson. Sproul now to Hutcherson. Hutcherson trying to find a way through the lane. Short off the front of the rim, gets his own rebound. Hobson from the corner for 3. In and out. One of the first we've seen him miss, but the offensive board goes to the Vikings. Hop step, a shot, a score, and a foul. Hobson gets the and 1. Yates is called for that foul. Only the 3rd team foul, but it means it's 39-36 Vikings pending this free throw from Adam Hobson, who is 2 for 2 today. Brandon Kearns comes in to replace Matt Kisling. Hobson wastes no time and scores. He's got 9 points in this half, 17 on the game. The Panthers trail by 4. Ben Stats here, moves it across to Ryan McCorkle. Yates gets a pick from McCorkle, loses the ball though. Here goes Hobson to the lane. It's stripped out by Ryan McCorkle. What a job by Ryan McCorkle as he comes all the way down and is able to knock that ball free and avoid the foul. Tremendous effort. And so no score for the Vikings, but they do hold on to possession. Panthers will have to play defense here. 5:21 to play. Hutcherson gets it in underneath. Sproul gets the ball back, goes up, no good. Tipped ball is grabbed by Bryce Kearns. Outstanding work by the Panthers on what could have easily turned into a 3-point play. Instead, no points for the Vikings, and the Panthers still down only 4 with an even 5 minutes to go. Panzer wants to move his teammates around, gives it off to McCorkle. Panzer rolls off the pick, but nothing there. Defense provided by Hutcherson. Wide open look for Bryce Kearns for 3. Bryce Kearns, the first non-Panzer Panther to get a score in this half. It's a 3-pointer from Bryce Kearns, and the Panthers are down only 1 as Stoughton now wants a 30-second timeout. Excuse me, that is an Oregon 30-second timeout. Go with 4:40 to go. The Panthers back within 1, and they are in the bonus. They will shoot 1 and 1 on any subsequent fouls in this game. The Panthers right now just trying to make their offense work, and it seems like they're starting to find some cracks in this Stoughton defense, starting to figure out what they need to do to attack it. But Stoughton has taken advantage of their defensive shift to fight their way back. They were down 12 twice in the first half. Down 17-5, down 27-15. They've battled back to where they're up 40-39 with 4:40 to play. Hutcherson takes it across the timeline. On the outside edge, feeds that one over to Fernholz. Hobson now at the top. Interior, nothing there. Back to Hobson. Get off. Has to pick up his dribble and gives this one off to Hutcherson. 4 minutes to go now. Nelson finds Hobson, thought about the 3-pointer, decides not to. And now we get a timeout from Stoughton this time. They want 30 seconds to think it over with 3:51 to go. Both of these teams taking their time on each trip down the court. There have been, over the years, a number of proposals to introduce a shot clock to high school basketball. Those have not been implemented for various reasons, a lot of times related to cost, especially in some of the smaller schools cost of buying and implementing a shot clock and having someone be able to operate that in each game, not insignificant. But you can see the side effect of that is that in games like this, we end up with teams that are taking over a minute on each trip down, playing a very, very cautious style of offense. And that's what we're seeing certainly from Oregon in this game, and to an extent from Stoughton as well. They'll inbound it back behind the timeline for Nathan Hutcherson, the senior, bringing it forward. 3:45 to go. 1 point lead for the Stoughton Vikings. Hobson way up on the Oregon logo. Calls for some help and finds Luke Fernholz. Fernholz nearly loses that ball. Able to get it back to Hobson. The Panthers putting some pressure on. And the relief valve is Nathan Hutcherson for the Vikings. Panthers now getting up high on the defensive end, stymieing the Stoughton Vikings to a certain extent. Nelson's pass is picked off by Stats like a defensive lineman, gets his hands up in front of that one and steals it away. Panthers chance to take the lead here with just about 3 minutes to go. Panzer to Bryce Kearns now. McCorkle nowhere to go, up to Stats and across to Brandon Kearns. Panzer to McCorkle here. Panthers trying to get Stoughton out of position. Stoughton refusing to vacate their spaces. 2:29 to go in this game. Ryan McCorkle once more. McCorkle found his way in. He gets whistle. And it is going to be a blocking foul that will send McCorkle to the line for a 1-and-1. Nelson called for his second, and that is a 1-and-1 for McCorkle. He is 1 for 1 from the line tonight. A hard line drive is no good, and the ball is grabbed by the Vikings. Panthers with a chance to tie things up, can't exploit it. 2:06 to go as Stoughton brings things forward. Nelson at the free throw line has to send it back to Hobson. And we get a full timeout from Stoughton. Cale McGee is back in the game. He has 4 fouls to his name, but inside of 2 minutes, they want their leading scorer out on the floor. Right now, he's got 19. Adam Hobson has got 17. Luke Fernholz has got 4. That is all the scoring for the Stoughton Vikings. For the Panthers, they have only had 2 players score in this half. Ryan Panzer has 7. Bryce Kearns has a single 3-pointer. That is why Oregon trails by 1 here. If they let this game get away, that is going to be a tough pill to swallow. Up by 12 twice in that first half, 17-5 and 27-15. They went into the half leading 29-24. The Vikings have fought back. A defensive adjustment has really paid off for them. Right now they enjoy a 1-point lead and the possession. However, the Panthers are in the bonus. They will shoot on any fouls. They also have 3 fouls to give before Stoughton will be in the bonus. Student section going to get on their feet here for the remaining minute 52. Viking student section been on their feet pretty much the whole time. The traveling student section here. Now Stoughton will inbound it from the near sideline. Minute 52 to play. Vikings up 40-39. As they send it behind the line for Hutcherson. Panthers do have the possession arrow if it comes to a jump ball or anything of that nature. Pass is nearly stolen away by Bryce Kearns. Now they get Hutcherson, but the Panthers with a great job to get back. McCorkle delivers the foul. That's his 3rd. So the Vikings will take it from the sideline once more with 1:32 to play. Hobson at the top. And now they get another foul, this time against Ben Stats. That's his third. Hutcherson behind the line again. 1:24 and counting. They've got him trapped now. McCorkle on him. They managed to get it free to Sproul. Kick across to McGee. McGee fouled before the shot. And again, Kearns thought he had the ball. But that is going to be his fourth foul. And the 6th team foul for the Panthers. So with 1:10 to go now, 3 fouls on this trip down the wood against the Panthers. They get it in, and the ball is loose. Stats running for it. Stats is going to be able to get this one, saves it in. And they are going to give that ball to Stoughton. No, the outcry from the fans. The referee reverses his call and says that is Oregon ball. Well, you won't see that too often, but the referee reverses himself. The Panthers have the ball, and that will be a Panther timeout with 1:04 to go. A crazy sequence, but Oregon able to get it down the court. And they will have a chance here to take the lead down 40-39. So this will be a full 60-second timeout. I will take this time to remind you once again of our wonderful sponsors. They include Torhorst Insurance, your hometown insurance agency that's doing big things. The Oregon Chamber of Commerce, promoting, informing, connecting, and advocating for local businesses and the Oregon community. Sonny's Kitchen, serving great coffee, delicious home-cooked meals, and award-winning desserts located in the heart of Oregon. Oregon Tax and Accounting, serving the Oregon community since 2001. See Jim for all your small businesses and personal tax services. Firefly Coffee House and Artisan Cheese in the heart of downtown Oregon, offering fresh bakery, daily lunch specials, soups and salads, along with hand-selected small batch Wisconsin cheese. TDS, get blazing fast TDS fiber internet in your home today. With speeds up to 1 gig, you can surf, stream, watch videos, or game online with ease. Say no to slow and hello to go with TDS fiber. And finally, Oregon Youth Basketball, providing opportunity for the youth of Oregon to develop their basketball skills and enjoy the game of basketball by providing both recreational and competitive basketball opportunities. Out of the timeout, the Panthers will have the ball at their own baseline. 64 seconds remain in this half. Panthers trail 40-39. Trying to get on top, trying to get a hard-fought win against a very talented Badger South opponent. Then Stats gets ready for the inbound. Finds Ryan Panzer. Rolls off a pick from Yates. Interior to Yates. Yates gets McGee to go up and gets the score. Adam Yates, his first score of the half, gives the Panthers back the lead 41-40. 50 seconds even to play. Sproul to Hutcherson, nearly picked off by Stats. McGee baseline for the Vikings. No shot. And a foul against Oregon. Brandon Kearns gets his second foul. It's the 7th team foul, and that means it'll be a 1-and-1 for Cale McGee. He can snatch the lead back for the Vikings here. He is 4 of 5 from the line tonight. The Panthers student section is loud. First shot of the 1-and-1 is good. The Vikings just as loud in celebration as Cale McGee ties it up at 41. 41.9 seconds remain in this game. McGee with one shot. Short off the front of the rim, and the rebound to Ryan Panzer. All square at 41. Panthers with a huge opportunity to close this one out. 30 seconds even to play as Panzer takes a light dribble. $20 seconds to play now as the Panthers want to wait for a specific clock time here. 15 seconds to go. And that's going to be a timeout from Coach Chris Siebert of Oregon. Panthers will take 60 seconds here to decide on their final move. All ones on the clock, 11.1 to go in this second and final half of basketball. The Panthers have tied it up with the Vikings 41-41. Cale McGee had a 1-and-1 at the other end, could not make the second half of it in order to give the Vikings the lead. And so the Panthers, with no pressure on them, elect to run the clock down to 11 seconds before they call the timeout. We'll have some kind of a set play coming in off the inbound to try and get the score and get the win. It's been a tough early Badger South season for Oregon. They're 1-3 in the conference thus far. Would love to move to 2-3 with a win over the currently second place Stoughton Vikings. Vikings come out of the timeout. Panthers as well. We are ready for the final 11.1 of regulation. Ben Stats will inbound from the sideline right in front of his bench. Finds Adam Yates at the top. 9 seconds to go. Yates, nothing there. Goes baseline, tipped out of his hand, and that goes to the Vikings. And that will be a full timeout for Stoughton as they regain possession with 4.8 seconds to go. A huge reversal for Oregon there as Adam Yates is dribbling in. He must have dribbled it off his own foot. It looked to me like it had been tipped out, but the referee's right on top of it, and that ball will go to the Vikings. They have 4.8 seconds from the Oregon baseline to try and get down and make something happen. All tied up at 41. Otherwise, we will go to overtime. Both teams in the bonus, so neither can afford to foul here. A very, very tricky situation for both teams. It's hard to score in 5 seconds in basketball from your opponent's baseline. On the other hand, it's very easy to foul on an inbound depending on how much the other team gets moving and how much they kind of throw you out of sorts. Oregon has to avoid that while at the same time not allowing them a free shot down the court. Vikings break from their huddle. Panthers do the same, and we are ready for the final 4.8 seconds here in Oregon. All tied up at 41. Both student sections on their feet. It'll be Luke Fernholtz to inbound. Fernholtz finds Hutcherson. Hutcherson with 3 seconds to go into the corner. They find Hobson for 3, and it's an air ball, no good. And so we will go to overtime. The Panthers are able to tie it back up and survive a difficult second half for Oregon, but we are moving on to an overtime period. At one point in this second half, it was 32-32. Oregon took a timeout. I said, well, it's a brand new game. Since that time, we've only added 9 points for each team. A very heavily defensive struggle in this second half. But now we have a brand new game once again going into the overtime period. Coach Chris Siebert meeting with his team. Coach Nolan Weber doing the same on the Stoughton side. Both teams clearly have a good understanding of one another from a defensive standpoint. And we saw both offenses really struggle to kind of get into rhythm. The Panthers had the early advantage, but Stoughton's adjustment really cut into that. And so as we look at it here, for the Panthers, Matt Kisling with 2 points, Ryan Panzer with 11. Adam Yates with 6, Ryan McCorkle with 7, and Bryce Kearns with 5 during regulation. Cale McGee for the Vikings had 19. Adam Hobson with 17. And Luke Fernholtz added another 4. So we get the 4-minute overtime period to start with a tip-off, and I believe Cale McGee got up there a little early, and that is the signal from the referee. Oh, we'll try that again. See if we can't make it work this second time. Second tip-off attempt is won by the Panthers. And Ryan Panzer will bring it forward with 3:53 to play. Again, the Panthers in this kind of static set where the man at the top is just holding it, nobody else moving. Bryce Kearns. Step fake and gives it to Stats. Panzer. Over to McCorkle now. .3:11 to go, 50 seconds off the clock already. Not a single shot. Brandon Kearns has got it. Kearns nearly has it stripped away. It is stripped. Hobson working against Stats to the hole. He scores. Adam Hobson in the overtime, getting the basket. It's 43-41 Vikings. Stats finds Bryce Kearns. A shot fake, works his way to the hoop. Nearly goes down. And they get him for the travel. I thought he got rid of that ball, but they get him for the travel, and so the Vikings will get it back with 2:41 to play. They lead 43-41. Panthers, no need to panic here. Plenty of time on the clock. Just need to keep playing solid defense as they have done throughout the entirety of this game. Hobson over to Hutcherson. 2:18 on the clock. Hobson wanted that three from straight away. Decides to settle it down. McGee now from a three-pointer. No good. Rebound. No good. Ball still loose, and finally Nelson couldn't put it back, but Hobson does. His second score of the overtime makes it 45-41 Vikings. Panzer rolls out. 10-footer. No good. Rebound, Cale McGee. Panzer, I think, a little frustrated, forced that one up a bit. Adam Yates getting ready to come in for the Panthers at the next stoppage. Hutcherson dribbles his way through, kicks out. Nelson into the corner for Hutcherson. Panthers right on top of Hobson. Now Hutcherson again with 1:30 to go. Hutcherson in traffic, gives over to Nelson, who sends back out to Hobson. They are going to foul Nelson. Giving up that foul was Bryce Kearns, and that was his 5th foul of the game. That will be it for him. Bryce Kearns fouls out in the overtime. 1:19 to go. And now Barrett Nelson, the sophomore, will shoot 2. 6'6" as a sophomore. Has not been a huge factor in the offensive side of things today, though has had a lot of minutes. Defensive specialist for them early on. Chance to shoot a 1-and-1. Gets the roll and gets the score on the front half. It's 46-41 Vikings. Reese Sproul heads down as Luke Fernholtz comes in for the Vikings. One more shot coming for Barrett Nelson. That shot is also good. Nelson makes it count when he gets the opportunity. It's a 6-point lead for the Vikings with 1:16 to go in overtime. Wide open look for 3. Ben Stats in and out. Yates has got the rebound though. Underneath to McCorkle. Reverse layup score. Great play from the Panthers. McCorkle gets 2. The Panthers are going to need to foul here. Cale McGee goes to the hole. His shot no good. Rebound Nelson, and it's stolen, and they call a foul. Oh my goodness. I don't know how you call a foul there, but that's what they get. Yates whistled for that one. And it'll be 2 shots for Barrett Nelson once again. He's already made 2 on his last trip down. That one a little bit strong. So the score remains 47-43 in favor of the Stoughton Vikings. That one also too strong, but the loose ball is gathered by Fernholtz, and the Panthers are forced to foul. That'll be Brandon Kern's third foul, and this will be the double bonus. That'll be 2 shots for Luke Fernholtz. He's got 4 points on the night, but all of those are from the field, has not been to the line just yet. First shot is a little bit light, so it remains 47-43. Nelson heads to the bench. He is replaced by Reese Sproul. One more shot coming for Luke Fernholtz. He does make the second half. A 5-point lead for the Vikings as Ben Stats brings things forward. 45 seconds to go. Stats at the top. Trying to get around the outside. Knopf shuts the door. Now Stats to the baseline again. Step back, nothing there. Panzer, a rough 3. It hits the side of the rim, no good. Hits the side of the backboard, excuse me. Panzer had to force up another one. It is 48-43. Yates called for his 4th foul, and it will be 2 more shots for Reese Sproul. Sproul hits the front end, a 6-point lead for the Vikings. 29.4 seconds remain, and Sproul's got another free throw coming. Nothing but net. Panthers down 7. Panzer to Stats, puts up the 3 immediately, and he hits it. Ben Stats, his first score of the game is a 3-pointer, and that'll be a timeout from Coach Chris Siebert. The Panthers refuse to die here, are not going to give up until the very last second. 22.6 remains in this overtime period. They trail the Vikings 50-46. Stoughton now in the double bonus. The Vikings have 2 fouls to give before they put Oregon in the double bonus, but as it is, Oregon 2 possessions down. And the referees have reset the clock to 23.2. So added 0.6 back onto the clock. They're going to have to foul and get it back right away. As it is a 2-possession game, that's not the worst position to be in, but if Stoughton, that is, just makes 2 on each trip down, Oregon will not have a way back into this thing. Tough position to play from, but we have seen an outstanding effort from the Panthers. We see Eric Victorson there giving some pointers to Brandon Kearns, trying to provide as much leadership as he can to this team. Great to see him being so active despite not being on the floor today. Vikings to inbound from the Oregon baseline. 23.2 seconds to go. They get it to Cale McGee. McGee loses the ball, and it's grabbed by Brandon Kearns. Kearns finds Panzer. 17 seconds to go. They've got to get a shot off quickly. Panzer at the top. Kisling once more. Kisling to the hole. Off the glass, no good. They'll have to foul here straight away. They do. And with 7.3 seconds to go, the Panthers get the steal. They get what they need, but they can't get the offensive possession to work. That is the first foul of the game from Ryan Panzer. Sproul, who was 2 for 2 just a minute ago from the line, will get 2 more chances here. Perfect. And it's 51-46 Stoughton with 7.3 seconds remaining. Off the front end, no good. The ball is tipped into the air. Panthers grab it. Running down is Panzer. 3 seconds to go. Right to the hoop and a score. And that is how this game will end. The Panthers battle hard, and it seemed like at points they might run away with it. Up 17-5 and up 27-15. But in the end, the Vikings are able to battle back, and in overtime, they defeat the Panthers 51-48. Stoughton improves to 8-2 on the season, 4-1 in the Badger South. Oregon falls to 3-5, 1-4 in the Badger South. Thank you so much for joining us, folks, here on OCA Media. We appreciate you tuning in. We hope you enjoyed this broadcast of Panthers boys basketball. Check us out at ocamedia.com. Drop us a line if you would like to sponsor our broadcast, or if you'd like to get involved as a volunteer. We'll happily teach you everything you need to know and have you out here filming events in our community. Until next time, for my camera operator, Derek, my name is Zach, saying so long, take care of yourselves, and take care of somebody else. Good night, everybody.